If your job at a healthcare facility includes disinfecting against viruses, you know prevention is the best medicine. And maintaining healthy spaces starts with a healthy cleaning routine. Grainger's world-class supply chain helps ensure you have the quality products you need when you need them. From disinfectants and cleaning supplies to personal protective equipment, so you can help deliver a clean bill of health. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to Delectable Perceptions by Ty. Thank you for joining me on my first episode, Chai Tea. So, Delectable Perception is all about food and how it makes you feel, how it makes you feel good. We're going to talk about those comfort foods and drinks that as soon as it touches our tongue, you just get this warm, tingly, or sometimes it's a cool feeling, and it makes you feel so good. Delectable Perceptions talks about how everything and the perceptions you get from it. Sometimes you can put some food in your mouth, and the way you feel from it makes you feel beautiful. Makes you feel like, oh, I'm delicious too. So let's get into it. It's chai tea, y'all. So I love making chai tea in the morning, afternoon, and evening. And for those who have never made it, don't worry about it. I'm going to tell you every thing I put in this tea, because after I get done talking about it, you're going to want some. Because as soon as you drink it, it's just the warmth, the sweet, the creaminess that comes from this tea. Whew! Got tingles right now thinking about it. I'm going to make some right when this podcast is over. So these ingredients you can find in some supermarkets and grocery stores, and sometimes you have to go to the international or Asian markets to find. But I'm going to just go ahead and jump into it. So these ingredients, and this is just some of the ones I put in my chai tea. You can go ahead and buy you that spicy chai from the grocery store if you don't want to make it. But the best is the one made homemade. All right. So some of the ingredients for the authentic chai masala. I'm talking about the kind that's Indian, not that's that good stuff. So we're gonna get some cardamom, cinnamon. Now these are cinnamon sticks, baby. You can use some powder if you want to, but some cinnamon sticks, cloves, ginger. If you don't want to do fresh, you got the powder too. Peppercorn, which is just pepper, but peppercorn, if you grind it up, gets those oils from it, makes it even more aromatic. It smells so good. Honey, or you can use some sugar, but I like some raw honey or honey in mine to sweeten it. And black tea. That is like one of the main things you need for this tea. Now, to make it creamy, I like oat milk. If you want to use some regular old cow milk or almond milk, that's you. But I'm talking about oat milk because I like the creaminess of oat milk. Oh, it feels so good going down. All right, yeah. So let's get talk about these ingredients, because every time you eat something, every time you drink something, you feel something. It's not like you just eating something and you feel nothing. You have some type of emotional ties to it. Like you have an urge to say, oh, I want that tea. Oh, I want that drink. I want this food. Because your body, your mind is yearning for it for whatever reason. It has something that is providing to you. So in this chai tea, I didn't know I had all these benefits until I just started researching what is in this chai tea. Because I'm like, this stuff feels good when I drink it. I feel like I can jump up like Choo, like Superman or something. But I don't, because I want to live. So we're gonna go into this cardamom first thing. Now all these raw ingredients, when I say raw, I mean they're just dried herbs, spices. Before you put them in this tea, I toast them all in this skillet. You walk and go to YouTube, look up how to make authentic chai tea. That's what I did. And this is how I got to the recipe that I have today. It is foolproof. Like, unless you just straight burn these seasonings. But anyway, cardamom. Let me tell you how cardamom works. It helps to ease digestive problems. For those who out there have problems with their food getting stuck in their belly, probably you a little constipated, slow on the bowels. It's natural, but we want to ease that. We want to get that out of you. Cardamom alone, baby. It's a powerful diuretic. Now, you're not just getting these herbs and chewing them in your mouth, talking about, oh, I'm going to just shoot some carbon. Don't, I mean, they do help with the breath, but we're not doing that. So let's talk about, why would you even have something stuck in you? Why are you constipated? Why do you feel like, ooh, why do you feel like you stuck in your life? Why do you feel like you are stuck in situations that's keeping you from progressing and really expressing who you really are as a person? And I'm just going to connect all of these dots, because sometimes it's not just one thing, like the food, how it helps ease us physically, but it go deeper than that. Every time we leave the house, every time we leave the room, we have some type of interference, some type of distraction, and sometimes it's ourselves that's we tripping up on our own selves that's causing us to be stuck. Let's ease out of that. And it's not an easy task. It's not easy at all, because listen, Ty get distracted by our own shadow, baby. I'm like a cat. I'm walking around like, oh, what was that? And I'm, oh, that was me. Damn. Like, get your life together, Tanetta. You just can't be stuck up in here. Just like them bowels can't be stuck in you. It's going to cause some problems. That's toxicity. That's toxin stuck in your body. When you stuck, that's toxic. Because if you stuck too long, anything is idle too long, point blank, is death. And I'm not saying you're going to just drop dead. I mean, you continue to live, you continue to move, you are breathing, your blood is still circulating. That's providing life. Movement is life. You stuck. Why you stuck? You need to get on moving. Keep moving. Get something in your life that is a catalyst, or something that's going to cause you to move. It could be a friend. It could be me, y'all. Y'all can email Tanetta, because Tanetta know how to get you moving. I like to move. I'm a moving lady. I just really can't stay in one place. Talk to my husband. Maybe one day I interview him. He can tell you how Tanetta can't be still. Because you know what? I got too much life in me. I got to move. I got to keep on going. But anyway, we're going to keep on going with this. The next ingredient, cinnamon. Now, cinnamon is so high in nutrients, just like the cardamom, because I didn't go over everything in that cardamom. But the cinnamon, it helps with antioxidants, meaning it protects the body from damage caused from free radicals. And those free radicals, baby, are toxic. Free radicals cause damage. Just like some of these relationships and friends we have cause damage. They are the free radicals. Listen, just throw a little cinnamon powder on them. Throw it like, come here, friend. They're like, what the? I have to throw some cinnamon on you to help get them free radicals out of my life. Also, cinnamon definitely is an anti-inflammatory type of agent. So, anti-inflammatory is something that keeps something from being inflamed, swollen, causing it to be other than like its natural state. You know, like if you stub your toe gets swollen, it's inflamed. You need something to take that inflammation out. Cinnamon is that thing. Now, you just don't sprinkle cinnamon on the stubbed toe, but the more you ingest it, you take it with your tea, your oatmeal, your cookies, or whatever you put in there, it also is benefiting you in the long run. Now, cinnamon, it also helps with the breakdown of sugar in your system. So, don't tell me you don't like sugar, baby, because you tell me you don't like sugar, you part of that 0.111%. And I just made that up. But still, get you some cinnamon. And I'm saying off this to say, because I'm going to go back to cardamom. When I was going reading the benefits of it, it also helps to lower blood pressure. So I'll tell you a quick story about me. I got so caught up in my food business. I got so caught up saying, yes, I can cater. Yes, I can help. Yes, yes, yes. And guess who I wasn't saying yes to? Myself. I was saying no to myself, actually. And it wasn't something that I was conscious of. And what happened? My blood pressure went straight on up. I was stressed. My heart was beating fast. I was getting dizzy, always tired, getting irritable. My blood pressure was high, and I wish I would have known some of the warning signs before I had to go to the doctor and they had to tell me this. But cardamom alone helps to lower that blood pressure, and it's safe, especially when you're doing it like with teas. So think about things like this in your life. What's causing you to have high blood pressure? What's causing your stress to rise to a point where you're not even being yourself? I'm a naturally happy person. Like, I'm always smiling, giggling, and it's not to be fake. That's just how I am. I love dancing. And when I find myself in a position where I'm always in this robotic mode, which we all have been in. This is a robotic mode. We're working, pleasing our spouse, our better half, or a significant other. We're trying to take care of a household, children. Don't have another job with your side job, with your side job. All hell gonna break loose. You don't even know who you are at that point. You just try to think and sit down. You're like, oh man, I gotta do all this. I gotta do this for that person. I gotta do this. But you never say, like, what do I need to do for myself? And then now you can't sleep at night because your chest hurt. That was me. Chest tight, thinking I'm having a heart attack and not even knowing what the cause was. And it was me. It was me. This show is about you, you all. This is not like, we're going to have to do some reflection because this chai tea go deep. And baby, I should have poured the damn chai tea on my body because I didn't even know it had all these benefits. So let's go into the next one. Cloves. And I just wrote down one thing. It's a remedy for toothaches. Did I have a toothache? I did not. But guess what? For those out there that got the toothaches and you want to get something to just chew on real quick, you just need like 2 of them little cloves to help that toothache. And just think about this. Your teeth are important. Your mouth is important. Your gums are important. If your toothache, what else is going to happen? Give me some. This thing is a domino effect. Now you in pain. Now every time you talk, you a little irritated because you gotta talk to communicate. Do y'all have times in your life, like I'm thinking to myself, times in my life where you just don't, you want to talk, you want to communicate, but you got pain. You need something to ease the pain. Come on now, chai tea, come on. And the pain, again, can be self inflicted. I mean, God forbid you were in an altercation, but you need something to help yourself out. And just the simple things of life, like looking up these ingredients, knowing like how it benefits you, and then you thinking like, man, it is not just about these ingredients. It's also thinking about situations in our lives where we always are trying to solve them and not seek help because sometimes help is right there and we don't even realize it. It's like right there. Like our friends are there to help, but we're refusing it because we want to do it by ourselves. We want to show and prove that we're strong. Guess what? Strong people get help. How you think empires get built? They don't get built by one person. Hell, they get built by damn slaves. And the slaves is working as a unit. I'm not saying you need a slave, but you need some help. Even assistance. Your children can be your help. You just have to train them to want to help, make it fun. So I'm going to go into ginger. Now, ginger, I love me some ginger, but some people it's like a love-hate relationship. They be like, oh, hell no, ginger hot, it burn my mouth. Ginger is fire, y'all. It is, whew, it's good. Like, it's a pain reliever. One, who don't need their pain to be relieved? I do. I'm going to raise all my hands. I need all the pain. It helps with your menstrual cramps. It helps with your muscle cramps. All that. It also improves your blood sugar. So for those out there always eating them sweets, sometimes a little ginger on there help balance you out. Just a tad bit. You ain't got to chew the whole root, have your stomach burning. But if you got constipation, just go and do it because you need to ease them bowels. Anyway, I'm going to jump on next to the thing. Next thing. It also reduces nausea. So I'm thinking about nausea and the fact when I was pregnant and I would smell certain things and it would just make me sick to my stomach. Like, God damn, that's stinking. I'm going to throw up everywhere. And it could just come out the blue. Like, I'm just nauseated. Like, sometimes I'll look at somebody like, oh, you make me sick. And I mean, ginger is a help relieve that. But just thinking about now, um, sometimes the actions, and I'm always going to be doing self reflection because to think outside and think somebody else caused my problems would be like, I'm not reflecting on what control I have of my life. So to think of the action that I have done, to think of the ways I have been reacting to my environment, to others. Shoot, the cat, I got a dog. It's all a reflection of whatever experiences I've had in my life. And it just sometimes make myself sick because I'm like, wow, Tanetta, you really could have reacted better and you didn't even have to get sick like that, like mentally sick thinking about those things or reacting to those people like that. Just have a little bit more maturity, have a little bit more insight on the situation, or be more empathetic about how others have lived their lives, and that's the reason why they're talking like that. And then that allows me also to be more understanding of others. And I know I'm not getting off the task of nauseousness, but sometimes the nauseousness is a reaction from like something you don't understand. Like, why am I even getting nauseous? I mean, I was nauseous one time because I was so angry at my husband. Like, I felt sick. I'm like, that don't even make no sense. How am I making myself nauseous from my anger? Like, I could have controlled that better, but I didn't. I should have just sprinkled some ginger powder on me. Maybe that would have worked, but I know it's not. It don't work like magic. Every time we react to something, it's usually something that has gradually happened over time. Just like when we intake these comfort foods, these comfort drinks, you know, it's gradually releasing all these happy hormones. Like, oh my gosh, y'all, I wish I had this. Oh, I wish I had this chai tea right now, just so I could sip it on the air. But just thinking about how our life allows us to react to these things and causes sickness. So I'm gonna go to the next one, peppercorn, aka pepper. Peppercorn is just the bigger pepper. It's just pepper that's not ground up. So this peppercorn, a lot of these herbs and spices, they have a relationship to other herbs and spices, which allows them to perform better. Baby, listen, I just mentioned that. When you get help, you perform better. You can achieve what you want when you get help. Because usually in nature, there is a female and male component, or there is an A and B component, or there are things in nature that it doesn't work without the relationship of another type of being or some type of natural reaction. So this peppercorn, it helps absorb B12. So B12 is another type of vitamin. Sorry, not vitamin. It's something that we need. Also, this provides us lots of benefits, supply energy. And sorry, I thought I heard something in my background. So when you pair peppercorn with turmeric, and turmeric is not in this tea, it definitely helps with the absorption of nutrients in our system. But since this does not have turmeric in it, it does help absorb B12. So say if we have black pepper in some food and we have some foods in there that have B12 in it, it's going to help absorb it into our system a lot better because it has a relationship to it, y'all. Think about those relationships. Are these relationships that we have that help benefit us in a way where both parties are benefiting, or does it just benefit one person? Think about that. And also this peppercorn, it helps to prevent free radical damage to the cells. And I mentioned that before, them free radicals are damaging. Damaging. The free radicals are what causes pain and aches and this things to get into our system and destroy the nature that God gave us in our system to help heal ourselves. Are we even free? Are we free radicals? Are we the ones causing damage to ourselves? Because listen, just get some pepper and throw it at you. Just listen. Boop. Black pepper. Damn, your eyes burning out, you're sneezing because you got a reaction from it. So everything is like these relationships is something that we need. Then I always just think about like my husband. I love my boo. I love him so much, y'all. I'm gonna talk about him through these podcasts all the time. I'm gonna talk about the relationships with me and my children, my parents, brothers and sisters, because it all ties into each other. And sometimes we don't realize how these relationships have affected us until we encounter a situation and we reflect on a past relationship and we're like, oh my God, this is why I react like this. Or, oh my God, this is why they react like this. Or this is why we're reacting like this together. And sometimes it's harmonious, like, oh, it's so peaceful, baby. You make me feel good. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Touching me all over. Or it's like, oh, don't touch me. We're about to fight. It's an altercation now. So everything has pros and cons to it. And we have to sometimes focus on like, how can it be better for us in these relationships where we find that thing, that person, that being that helps us thrive. Just like these things in this chai tea, they all are helping each other. They're all helping the body circulate blood, reduce inflammation, also helps the absorption of vitamins and minerals, and also prevents free radicals from damaging our system. That's chai tea. That's just the first four ingredients. I'm about to get into this raw honey. Now, I like raw honey. If you want to throw some sugar in it, bam, throw that sugar. But I'm putting some honey because it comes from the bees. The bees do some magic work. Guess what? They have a relationship with that flower. Huh. And they also help pollinate and they also help spread seeds. And we need the bees. And the bees produce some delicious honey. So, raw honey, first thing first, lowers blood pressure. Huh. Blood pressure must be high because, this chai tea got me feeling light as a feather. So, my blood pressure has been reduced already from a few of these ingredients. It also soothes your throat. Who throat be hurting because you talk too much? Raise your hand. Who throat hurt because you screaming and shouting? Sometimes it's a good scream, sometimes it's a bad scream. But if you just take a half a teaspoon of that honey, it will just soothe and coat your throat and make it feel so good. It does. Honey, raw honey also helps fight infections. Did you know that? You got a little sore in you, put a little honey in. That's what they did back in the ancient times. Had some honey and it helps the infection. Now, thinking about infections, infections come from like open sores. Like not all the time, but an infection can come from an open sore, can come from something in your system that is not allowing your body to fight the way it should. Are you not fighting for yourself mentally? Like Tanetta, I'm talking to myself again. Tanetta, are you fighting for your well-being? Are you allowing your surroundings to win? Tanetta, are you allowing yourself to be overwhelmed? Because right now, I need some honey. I need some honey to fight this infection of being overwhelmed. This infection of me just overthinking things, over processing things, and not allowing my partners. Come on, God. You didn't put a word in my mind. Come on, giving a praise to God, because that's who got it. That's where I got it from. And allowing, I need some help to fight this infection of me resisting that urge to just be by myself. Like, you can't be by yourself when you're trying to improve yourself. You can't be by yourself when you're trying to really get out of a situation that's causing pain. You need to have some type of alliance, some partnership, because they're the ones who are going to help you pull you out. All right, get back to this honey. Who, baby? Honey can do all this. It can treat burns. What? You been burned by somebody? You been burned by yourself? Honey will treat your burn. Now, if you got a third-degree burn, that's different. But if you got a little on a pot, little oil burn, a little bit of honey. It'll soothe it. And sometimes we don't think about those natural remedies. The natural remedies, y'all, those natural remedies are slept on. Slept on. Where you think the other medicine gets its influence from? Nature, baby. Nature. Your body is supposed to be a natural body, right? So, honey also soothes digestion. We getting back to these digestive problems. So we eating this food, stomach messed up, stomach hurting. You can't walk. Gotta get on your hands and knees, crawl to the toilet, cause you're messed up. Listen, a spoonful of honey. No, I'm not a doctor. Disclaimer. This is all from practice for me. I always think about what do I have in my cabinet that can help me out pretty fast, and it's not going to cause any reaction, like adverse reaction, something that can hurt me, because I'm not allergic to it or nothing, but it just helps out. This, and I'm not making none of this stuff up. Listen, y'all can look it up yourself, but I did it for you because I like researching. So this honey do all of this, fighting infections, helping to treat burns, baby. And you've been burned too. I have been burned by others, like literally and physically and mentally. And I always think to myself, like, wow, am I gonna allow these burns to like rule my life? Like, and just like be sitting around like I'm a hurt little puppy, all vulnerable all the time? Or am I gonna allow something to soothe my burn and keep it moving? Now, it depends on how deep that burn goes. It takes time to heal. You have to be patient with yourself. Patience. Patience. As quick as the hurt came, it's not going to be healed that fast. And as slow as the hurt came, you got to take some time to get healed. And this chai tea, it feel like when you drink it, you can just feel it like coursing through your body. And I know I'm just dramatic because when I drink it, it's like, oh my God, I feel it in my veins. I feel it in my neck. Oh, chai tea. But I'm like, yo, anybody who know me, they know like I'm just serious about my food and the things that it provide for me. And yeah, I know when I eat something bad, I'm not oblivious to that too. But this is it right here, y'all. And also, what really make this chai tea, because when you got those Asian teas, not just Asian, a lot of people outside the United States put cream in their tea. If you don't do that, you sleeping, because that cream in that tea is fire. And I prepare for you if you want some. If you want me to do something, you like, I don't believe it. Why would you put cream in your tea? Because it's good. And we weird in America and we don't want to try nothing new. But as soon as I saw somebody do that, yeah, I thought it was weird. But when I did it, I'm like, I've been sleeping under a rock like Patrick, because this, put a little cream, put a little bit more cream in there. Put a little bit more cream. This is what I've been drinking over here. Man, where have I been? Anyway, so I got two more things in this black tea. And it's a lot of stuff you can put in not black tea, chai tea. But this is what I put in mine. So the last few is the oat milk. Like I told you, I like oat milk. And it's high in fiber. Listen, we've been talking about them digestive problems. And I may or may not post a video. We're going to see. You're going to see how I'm looking. But I'm really expressive. So, fiber do what? I'm going to tell you about this fiber story. And my friend, he may not ever listen to this. Shout out to Malcolm. But yeah, I like chocolate. And I like granola bars. And I like oats. So there was an experience I had in college where I had a friend. He said, Tanetta, my teacher's always giving these Fiber One bars to the class because he gets them in bulk from Sam's Club. I don't know where he get them from, but he just got a bunch and he always give them to the class. So me thinking Fiber One is a granola bar, I'm going to give y'all a break to laugh because Tanetta did not know what it was and what it did and how it worked in my system. Because, baby, I lost some weight after I did what I did. So, I got one fiber one bar, and I'm like hooked. I'm like, oh, this is good. It's all chocolatey and sweet and creamy. Oh, this is some good stuff. And I looked on the back. I'm like, okay, fiber, oatmeal, some honey, whatever else in there, some chocolate. I'm like, oh, this is super good. So he like, you want some? I'm like, yeah, give me the rest of. So he gave me like 6 bars. And mind you, I never heard of fiber one bars. I didn't know. I didn't eat that growing up. I just ate regular old granola bars. So I'm thinking Fiber One bar is just the name of it. Like that's just the company name. Listen, somebody help. Somebody pray for Tanetta. Throw some chai tea on me because I didn't know. Tell me why I ate 6 Fiber One bars in a day. 6. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, yes. 6 Fiber One bars. And yeah, my digestive problems were gone for about a week. I feel like I lost weight. And baby, I probably lost mental weight as well because I was stressed and I was tired on that toilet. I was tired. My roommate was concerned. She's like, Tanetta, you okay? I was like, no, the hell I'm not okay. What did I just eat? He's trying to kill me. It's attempted murder. What he doing? Why he give me these Fiber One bars? And my friend was like, Tanetta, they make you boo boo. And I was like, oh my God. Y'all, if I spoke Spanish, I would have been like, adios mío. Like, really? And when I couldn't, I was stuck in the bathroom. Like, as soon as I got up, I was like, oh, I can't do this. I'm about to die up here. I felt like I was in labor having a food baby, y'all. Y'all, on this podcast, I'm going to get a little descriptive, y'all. So if you don't like it, just stay on here and just share with your friends. But yes, anyway, oat milk does not do what Fiber One does. But anyway, do you need to shed some weight? Because it got fiber in it. Now, don't drink the whole bottle, and that's on you. Just like it was on me to eat them Fiber One bars. But that's that story I'm gonna tell that's connected to the fiber. Anyway, last thing up in this chai tea, and we're gonna tie this all together, is black tea. Now, black tea make it what it is. Black tea is that sugar honey iced tea because that on a regular basis, if you're drinking it, it will give you energy just like caffeine. Just like you drinking that coffee. You don't need the coffee beans. You could just drink you some black tea. Listen now, hold up. Black tea, a little honey, and a little milk. Woo, baby. That's it. Don't add no lemon to that. Don't do no lemon. Because you add lemon and milk, then you got a whole curdling situation. They asked me because I tried it, not realizing the reaction with the citric acid and the dairy don't go together. Not in no hot water. So if you want to make black tea creamy style, a little milk and a little honey or some sugar. But this black tea, if you're drinking it on a regular basis, baby, give you some energy, just like caffeine. And it also increases your focus. Who don't need focus? And I was just looking at a video about concentration and focusing and remembering. And when I tell you, sometimes I feel like a little gnat. You know how a gnat got a short attention span, or a baby. Or like how I said, I'm like a cat. You know, my own shadow be distracting me. Getting back into black tea and how it increases focus and concentration. That is like so important right now. Our lives, and I never like to say our lives are short because our lives can be as long as we want to make it, as humanly possible within our control. So with us, having focus and intentional thoughts and intentional actions, really trying to make our lives positive and really trying to break out of the bad habits that are causing infections mentally, physically, spiritually, breaking out of the bad habits that are causing issues that's causing high blood pressure, digestive problems. It's like we have to focus on what are the good things, what are these partnerships, what are these relationships with ourselves and with others that can help build on a better person. Like, Tanetta, what can you do to make yourself better? Focus. And lastly, this black tea helps to burn fat. Whoo, come on, y'all. Burn fat. Burn fat. And I have to clap on that. I don't care how skinny you are. You need to burn some fat. No, I'm just playing. Don't do that. Don't listen to me. But I'm in a state where some fat needs to be burnt. Burnt. Scooped out, put it on the skillet, burnt. Scooped out, put it on the skillet, fry some eggs. Because, baby, this fat needs to be burnt. Now, 1 cup of black tea ain't going to do that. It's not. This is regular use. So me drinking this chai tea on top of the many, many, many positive components, it's gonna help me burn some fat. You ain't say nothing but a word. You ain't say nothing but a word. But this delectable perception, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I'm starting out my podcast solo. I will have those guests coming. I appreciate your attention. And as always, try your best to be your best and be yourself. Embrace yourself. Have a blessed day, and thank you for listening to Delectable Perception.